The gym was humming with energy, the rhythmic clanking of weights and the steady thud of feet hitting the treadmill creating a soundtrack of determination. Among the sea of focused faces, there was Claire, her brow furrowed in concentration as she pushed through another set of squats. She had been coming to this gym for months, following a strict regimen, yet each time she stepped on the scale, the numbers seemed to mock her efforts. It felt like a cruel joke, an endless cycle of sweat and dedication that yielded no tangible results. Every morning, she would wake up before dawn, lacing up her sneakers and heading to the gym, fueled by the promise of transformation. She had read countless articles about the benefits of exercise, the way it could reshape not just the body, but also the mind. Yet, with each passing week, Claire found herself grappling with frustration. She was doing everything right, or so she thought. Her workouts were intense, her diet was meticulously planned, but the scale remained stubbornly unchanged. As Claire wiped the sweat from her brow, she reflected on the myriad of reasons that could explain her stagnation. Perhaps it was her metabolism. She had read that metabolism could be a fickle beast, influenced by a host of factors including age, genetics, and even muscle mass. Claire was in her early 30s, and while she had always been active, she wondered if her body had adapted to her routines, becoming more efficient at burning calories and thus making weight loss more elusive. It was a frustrating paradox. The harder she worked, the less her body seemed to respond. Dietary habits also loomed large in her mind. Claire had made significant changes to her eating patterns, swapping out sugary snacks for fruits and vegetables, and embracing whole grains over processed foods. Yet, she sometimes wondered if she was still consuming too many calories, or if her body was simply holding on to fat for reasons beyond her control. The concept of calorie balance was complex, and she had heard that even healthy foods could contribute to weight gain if consumed in excess. It was a delicate dance of nutrition, one that required constant vigilance and adjustment. On some days, Claire found herself questioning the very foundation of her dietary choices. Was she truly nourishing her body, or was she simply following a trend? The rise of social media influencers promoting various diets and fitness regimens had left her feeling overwhelmed. She tried intermittent fasting for a while, convinced that it would be the key to unlocking her weight loss, but soon found herself irritable and fatigued. The cycle of trial and error was exhausting, and the absence of results only added to her disillusionment. As she finished her workout and headed home, Claire couldn't shake the feeling that the psychological aspects of fitness were playing a significant role in her struggle. The mental toll of persistent disappointment weighed heavily on her. Each time she looked in the mirror, she saw the same reflection staring back, and it was hard to reconcile that image with the effort she was putting in. The constant comparison to others, friends, social media acquaintances, even strangers at the gym, fueled her self-doubt. It was a toxic spiral, one that left her questioning her worth and commitment. Deep down, Claire knew that fitness was not solely about the numbers on the scale. She had experienced the benefits of regular exercise, increased energy, improved mood, and a sense of accomplishment after each workout. Yet, the desire for visible change loomed large. It was a societal pressure, an expectation that had been ingrained in her mind since childhood. Weight loss was often portrayed as the ultimate goal, a tangible marker of success, and it was difficult to silence that voice. In the midst of her frustration, Claire decided to take a step back and reassess her approach. She realized that perhaps it was time to redefine her goals, to shift her focus from weight loss to overall wellness. Instead of fixating on the scale, she began to celebrate the small victories, like being able to lift heavier weights, running longer distances, or simply feeling more energized throughout the day. It was a liberating shift, one that allowed her to appreciate the journey rather than just the destination. To maintain her motivation, Claire started to incorporate variety into her workouts. She explored different classes at the gym, from yoga to kickboxing, discovering new passions along the way. This not only kept her engaged, but also challenged her body in new ways. She learned that fitness wasn't a one-size-fits-all approach. It was about finding what worked for her and embracing the process. Moreover, Claire began to track her progress in ways that didn't revolve around numbers. She kept a journal where she documented her feelings, energy levels, and achievements. This practice helped her to see the positive changes that weren't always visible on the surface. It became a source of encouragement, a reminder that progress could manifest in various forms, not just weight loss. Dietary adjustments also became a part of her new strategy. Claire sought the guidance of a nutritionist who helped her to create a balanced meal plan that aligned with her fitness goals. Instead of restricting herself, she learned the importance of moderation and intuitive eating. She discovered that nourishing her body with a wide variety of foods could promote a healthier relationship with food and ultimately support her fitness journey. As the months rolled on, Claire found herself becoming more resilient, both physically and mentally. The scale still fluctuated, but she had learned to detach her self-worth from those numbers. She embraced the idea that fitness was a lifelong journey, one that required patience and self-compassion. Each workout, each meal, and each moment of self-care became a part of a larger narrative, one that celebrated her commitment to herself rather than a singular goal of weight loss. In time, Claire began to notice subtle changes in her body and mind. Her clothes fit differently, her energy levels soared, and she felt a renewed sense of purpose. The journey was not linear, and there were still days of frustration, but she had cultivated a mindset that allowed her to navigate those challenges with grace. She understood that setbacks were a natural part of the process, and she was equipped with the tools to overcome them. Through her experiences, Claire discovered that the path to fitness is not merely about the destination, but about the lessons learned along the way. It's a complex interplay of physical, psychological, and emotional factors, each contributing to the broader tapestry of health and well-being. By embracing the journey, adjusting her goals, and fostering a positive relationship with herself, she transformed her challenges into stepping stones toward a more fulfilling life.